Because this is
Now,
now.
I'm still going to give you the mic because I want you to talk about media
Okay,
manipulation before you leave. I'll give you the mic now
okay.
before Commander Evis will conclude the show for us. I'll give the both of you the mic before I get to Commander Evis so that he concludes. So this is the point. There is media manipulation, and we think that Chiruma should not go everywhere and not talk with ABC that is officially representing the legitimate leadership of the Amazonian Liberation Movement. So we're looking forward to having a conversation with Issa Chiruma, either as a victor in La République du Cameroon's election or a prospect. So since he was so busy up north, probably for network or something, I had a conversation with his uh, um, communications officer. About two of them. I spoke to them personally, and but this is the point: Cameroon and the use of the media. Cameroon, we have seen CNN captioning that Chiruma has won in Bamenda. That's what got me offended. If they said Chiruma, that was 2 days ago, 3 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. No posts were cast. And what is CNN projecting? Are they trying to say, though that is a misinformation and CNN is good in misinformation and fraud on the media? But my point is, are they now saying that Chiruma could be the favorisé of the international community already? Or the French are actually looking forward to Chiruma? And there's so much in this, Barrister Fru and Barrister Mbeseha. I want the both of you to speak interchangeably so that we can give the mic to Commander Evis to conclude the program. Talk to us in this
Look,
delight. You know what Cameroon
look.
media
The
is doing.
international
Right
community,
now,
the international, sorry,
just a
the
moment, Barrister
international
Mbesia, let me give context to it. Right now, Mimi Mefo is championing the same lady who ran away from Cameroon because Ichiruma was threatening her life. She's the one championing a portion of his media campaign. You have for her acting all as proxies of the colonial administration after having been bribed by Rene Sadi. The media in Cameroon has despised the war in Amazonia. They are not even telling their people that the fighters are dying on daily basis, every day in Amazonia, just so that the international community is not properly served with the truth. Cameroon is using the media very hugely and strategically to manipulate results in these elections, even as we speak. Looking at everything that's happening, you lawyers can talk to us in conclusion. You can go ahead, Barrister
I was trying,
Mbesia, before we come
I
to
was
Mr.
trying to
Pro.
say that, you see, the international community which you have put there, before international community, you're in the media world. There's a lot to do with propaganda in media. Propaganda is a very important aspect of media communication. The Mimi Force were on YouTube and Facebook. They pay them depending. When you have a big following, you are paid for that. So you choose an active story, you tell it your own way, that will attract a followership. Then you have some earning out of it. Truth is important, but the followership is more important in social media communication. Then you talk about the international community. The international community is aware that there's a problem in Cameroon. They know that there's a war going on there. The interest of the international community is not just to kind of make peace. They want an environment where they can do their business, whatever business they're doing. That's their goal. They're not coming there because they want you to have democracy or they want you to have schools. No, that's not their goal. Their goal is their own interest. And they find in Chiroma somebody who at least even pretentiously will say that I will talk to the Amazonians. I will talk to them. That is really an encouraging sign for anybody who thinks that he can make peace. We don't know what will be the outcome, but he has stated publicly, I talk to the rebels. I will talk to them the next day if I become president. That is encouraging for them. And this is where strategy politically more matured. You remember 2018, before 2018 presidential, Maurice Kamto went to Canada where there are lots and lots of Ambazonians, Anglophones, they call them. And they say, look, we want to wear our thing. They say, no, I don't want to see any of you. If you want to wear those your thing, I will not talk to you. He closed that door, even politically. In a foreign land, he closed the door. And then a journalist asked him, somewhere, one of the international media, Mr. Kamto, this Anglophone problem, this secessionist, they call it, what will you do if you became president? Kamto was so tactless. What did he say? His reply was, Cameroon has already made its history. In other words, I will not even talk to those separatists because we're already united. We have absorbed them. That's not a political strategy. That's political stupidity. Because you lose even Anglophone. Even those who thought that they could come to you for anything and the end will not even get it, will abandon you. So that is where the communication is important. You must communicate strategically, know the environment where you find yourself. The mere fact of Chiroma saying that he would talk to the rebels, in contrast to Paul Biya, who is supposed to be his next rival, is important. And he has framed it out so well. He has said, look, I said that you were separatists. I called you all names. But I was just communicating as a communication minister. But if in that process I wronged you, forgive me. These are his own words. He's not talking to you and me. Maybe I'll not forgive him. But what are an old woman in the village? These people will vote. And for Opa, who had lost a child, lost his house, say, why that man don't be sorry now? We're talking about the church. You will say, why the church? He don't sorry now. So he has this strategy. I don't know how far he can fulfill it. Most people don't see it. He asked if he can come to talk to you now. If Mr. Chiroma wins the election tomorrow, today is Monday, if the results are declared tomorrow, and he becomes the president, his talking to you will become different. You could see I will come to talk to ABC this night because he was campaigning. He wanted to show that he's talking to us. But once he becomes the president, it's a different story. Totally a different story. Over to you.
That's amazing right there. Paris Tafru, please talk to us.
Yes.
I know you're bumping to talk about the
No,
media
no,
front.
no. Yeah, Paddy, there's the
Yeah.
media manipulation for every political events. The media is not cheap, Paddy. If you watch what was happening in Cameroon on Equinox, on Canada, and so on, parties were being represented on those platforms. But there are 11 political parties, but how many people did you see on the platforms? Those are those who paid. Look, I want to inform you from my sources. There is a CNN. There is a CNN reporter on the ground. There's a CNN reporter on the ground. Has been there for about 3-4 days, and what I saw was a projection made by CNN. And if you call CNN fraud and so on, I wouldn't know because you are in the media world. I'm not, but I'm saying that most of these American networks don't do projections stupidly. I don't
That
know
is
whether
it.
they
And that,
projected. I don't
that's
know.
it.
I don't know whether they projected him winning the election or they projected him winning in Bamenda. That's not. I didn't hear anything about Bamenda. I know that the projected winner of the presidential election in Cameroon, according to CNN, is Sisha Churuma, because they are on the ground, and it would turn out to be a scandal for CNN and affect his ratings if it is not true. I'm not
But I
saying
think
that.
that
I'm not
CNN,
saying that. I'm not saying that will be true. I'm not saying that will be true. But those are
yes,
projections. Then
CNN
when at the end they will say we can now confirm. Let me give you information why that is happening. The network that Union for Change and Chiruma have put together with the present technology, the winner of this election will be known in real time. What do I mean by real time? From 10 o'clock to midnight of today, the winner of this election will be known. It's not a proclamation, but the winner will be known because those who are working on it and the representatives of all of Chiruma in all the polling stations across the country. And I want to inform you that Camto had already formed a lot of what they call scrutateurs, or they call it what representatives in each polling station. They have been trained, and the ones for Union of Change are going to join the Camto people, and they will be present in every polling station, and the results will be watched and sent to a system. They have a website. They have everything prepared. By the time 10 o'clock is getting to 12 midnight, you will get the result. You will get the projected winner of this election. And it is not because the law allows them to do it, but because the law itself says that the counting is public in every polling station, allows the people to contact to add up and know who has won. And I'm telling you that Biya is in for a long shot, because he prepared the rigging, he released it there indirectly, and he has got inflated figures around the country, and think that will help him. The real casting of the election will happen tonight, and the results will be known. So I'm not going to sit here and say CNN has done this, CNN has done that. But what I'm saying is that in every election, whether in America or anywhere else, there's always media manipulation. That is the only period, Paddy, you say that I'm wrong, that the networks make money. All the small radio stations and small TV stations, they make money. So I don't know what I can talk about media manipulation. CRTV is almost has been sandwiched by all the small networks that you have around Cameroon, and the big ones like Equinox, Canada, and which is the other one? STV is trailing behind. I don't see where the manipulation is coming, but they are doing it to make their money. Balafon is another one. Look, the way this technology today is helping young people in Cameroon, I am sure that those results will be known before Biya opens his eyes tomorrow. Are we there? Are we still there?
Yes,
Yeah, but
buddy, just a
I'm
second.
not trying to
You,
dispute.
buddy.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't
Buddy,
hear
I
me?
forwarded something to you.
I'm not trying to
Mr. Song.
dispute you, but I want you to look at this caption so that we can talk about it. I want us to look at this caption. This is captioning from CNN. Issa Chiruma wins election in Bamenda. This was sent out 3 days ago.
Oh,
So
okay.
the point is a strategic choice of
No, that is
words.
wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong.
Election in Bamenda, Cameroon. And this is what I'm
That is
seeing.
wrong.
Okay. You're saying Bamenda, Cameroon. Listen, Bamenda, Cameroon. Because I think situating Bamenda in this portion is a strategic attempt to undermine our plight, because they know Bamenda has boycotted the elections. And this is the fraud that comes from CNN. that you wonder how and why most of the time. That's the unfortunate part of it all. Yeah, by
Oh,
Mbeseha, you
okay.
want.
Yeah, I wanted to let you know, you and Mr. So, I've just forwarded something to you. The mission doctors
Yes.
have developed something to follow election live. So after this, you just go open it, click it open, and you see the results coming in live.
Yeah,
I just
Good.
forwarded to you
yeah,
now.
Good.
I know.
Publicly.
The sad part is Isa
And
Chiruma
that is the work of,
CPDM,
and that is the work,
but
Mr.
right.
Mr. That is the work of technology today.
Yes, I said I've just forwarded it to you. You go to your
But here's the
laptop, you finish.
point.
I go and take that, open
Now
it.
doing that, I'm receiving information from Victoria that internets have been shut down. People are trying to use VPN to get into the internet. So whatever you're
Let me,
trying to do, Atanganji is also tonight going to tell people that any information that's coming in. The point is, agree every.
Paddy.
Just a moment, Barrister Fru, let me finish. Every argument that you people have said is correct. My point to the people of French Cameroon, are you guys willing to fight? Are you ready to fight? Because they have brainwashed you to think that when you see Atangaji is talking with so much arrogance, it's because they feel that you guys have been actually manipulated enough to think that you don't have the power enough to fight them, which the people of Southern Cameroon demystified that rhetoric, that Biya cannot be beaten. Atamaji cannot talk like that in Bamenda. So I'm asking you in Douala, in Yaoundé, in Marwa, in Garwa, are you guys ready to fight? Are you willing to fight for Issa Chiruma? If you are not willing, then forget about it. Go ahead.
Paddy,
Yes.
let me give some information that we may not have. These young people that I'm talking about who have been well trained and distributed around Cameroon they knew that the Ministry of P&T will shut up the internet from coming from them, and they know that VPN has to have a sponsor around those countries. They have chosen. They know the countries that they have chosen to get their VPN, and they are using the VPN effectively. Those results, like Barrister Mbeseha has just said that they are going to be known with or without
Yeah,
PNT from Cameroon.
um,
Without
let me
that
say this
internet
again.
from Cameroon, those results will be
In,
known
addi-
because there's the
in addition
VPN
to that,
from the satellite, and there are countries that they can host. They can host it in Equatorial Guinea. They can host it in Chad. They can host it in any other country, and that's what they are doing. And I tell you, it is so neatly done. La République du Cameroon, the dying regime will get up in the morning and find itself in a quagmire because where they are planning to produce results in 2 weeks, according to the law, those results are coming in tonight, buddy.
By Stambesa, you wanted to make a brief comment?
yeah, I just wanted to say this. No other thing can be overcome. What Atanganji is doing. Atanganji is just a wounded lion. He can make other lions now.
Correct,
The second
correct.
point is that, and we know this results. They will know it. I worked in the election system in the Cote d'Ivoire as a UN official. There was no electricity there, but we had satellite phones. That worked. That was the first time I handled a satellite phone in my hand. So they can overcome other things with technology within seconds, and they would
Correct, correct.